stick it in the fanny.
Stick it right in the fanny.
Shit.
We are live, Gorak. Stick it right in the fanny is the first thing they heard. Everyone, welcome
It's
to
the name of
another.
my song. I'm working
Yeah,
on it. It's
welcome
like
to.
jazz fusion.
Which, speaking of, we're going to be reviewing an album today that is very interesting. Plini, you actually introduced me to Plini. I never heard of him prior. He is really popular in Australia, and he's actually very popular everywhere, apparently. So I'm
He
kind of
is,
out
yeah.
of the loop with musicians. He recently got recognized and got a lot of love from Steve Va, or Steve I, or however you pronounce his name.
Steve Vai.
I always get his name fucked up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Fun note, Steve Vai actually tried out for the Frank Zappa band back in the day, and he didn't make the cut at first, but he finally did join. But Plini is, to describe him, is very difficult. I listened to this album. This album takes you on a magnificent journey. It is a
That
great.
does, yeah.
I don't know how to describe the genre, and that's been kind of the issue with the last few albums we've done with different musicians. We've been diving through so much different music lately, but with Plini, he is a jazz fusion, progressive metal,
Jen.
gent, electronic rock.
Yeah.
This album covers everything. And there's even a couple parts of his songs and a couple of songs that sounds kind of like elevator music, and then it goes into like the gent shit.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah.
And also this is a good album, one of those albums I need to add to my list of you can lay down, close your eyes, and just relax. And this is one of them albums that you can like meditate to or go on an adventure in your mind to.
It is, yeah. And it's also it's just, to me it's like background music as well. Like if you're
Yes.
just at home doing something or at work or whatever, you can just put it on and then it's just cruise along with it, you know what I mean?
And also this album uh, is it's an album, but it doesn't take very long to get through.
No,
Um,
it's 30 something minutes, I think.
38 minutes and 17 seconds. This album came out in 2020. The first single came out on October 8th. No, yeah, October 8th, 2020. The album was released on November 27th, 2020. The first single was I'll Tell You Someday.
Yeah.
The album is incredible. He is from Australia. How far from you is he?
He's from Sydney. I believe I could be wrong. I think he's from Bondi in Sydney. But I'm not 100% sure, but
He is
yeah.
he is from, I got it right here.
Okay, good.
Sydney, New South Wales, Australia.
Yeah.
He
But
is actually the
whereabouts in
same.
Sydney though?
What?
Whereabouts in Sydney though?
How big is Sydney?
It's a big city.
See, he's the same age as me.
Yeah.
He also played guitar for Doja Cat. He played
Actually,
on.
no. Wrong. He no. So Doja Cat performed in 2020. This is what I'm reading from Wikipedia. So in 2020, Doja Cat performance "Say No" at the MTV Europe Music Awards. The ceremony was criticized when some viewers noticed that the guitar solo in the
Okay,
performance was identical to Plini's song's 2016 song "Homemade Cities."
okay, I was wrong then. He didn't actually play for her. Somebody played a solo on one of her songs that sounded like one of his.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very identical. So then this is well from Wikipedia, but the next month Pliny reported that Doja Cat left him an apologetic message through social media. So he could have sued her ass for that shit.
Damn. Damn. So
Yeah, I know,
that
right?
is,
Like
that is wild. But I'm glad that
Yeah.
I'm glad they rekindled and they fixed that a little bit. Well, didn't rekindle; they hardly knew each other. But what's crazy about Plini is I love his music. There is one song on the album, which the album is only, like we said, 38 minutes long, which
Yeah.
a lot of albums go for like an hour sometimes nowadays. But he does have one song that is 10 minutes long, but it is still an incredible song. The whole album, I can't give it enough love because I'm not a huge, well, I never used to be. I am now. Now that I've kind of gotten more into meditation and stuff, and I'm trying to, I
Yeah.
love instrumental music now, and I never used to love it as much as I do now. This album kind of, and don't hate me for this, Gorak. Let me explain where I'm coming from with this. This album instrumentally kind of reminds me of a mixture of like Frank Zappa and like I don't even know who else to add. Like Frank Zappa meets any metal artist really or gent artist.
Yeah.
Like
I kind of feel like he's made like
Frank
um
Zappa.
I kind of feel like he came up with his own style of music into one
Yes.
thing,
Now,
mixing all those genres together.
even though the album and the music is under his name Plini, much like any other solo artist, yes, he's an incredible guitarist. He does a great job, but it's not just him on the album. I'd like to make that very notable. He's not the. There's a lot of solo artists that are multi instrumentalists that play every instrument on the album. I thought that's what he was doing, but he wasn't. He does have a band.
Yeah, a
It is
very good band too.
very good band. The musicians on the album is him on guitar, Simon Grove on bass, Chris Allison on drums. The piano and synthesizers on the album is done by Dave McKay. The saxophone is John Way. Uh, Amy Turk plays harp solo. Simon Grove does the drum mixing. And very interestingly, Plini does his own mixing.
Yeah.
So, Greg, what do you want to say about the album? I've been talking like a fucking madman.
This album is fucking it's really good. He just released a new single too, but
Damn.
it's it's great. If you ever get around to, you know, if he ever comes around near to a city near you, just go and check him out, dude. I've seen him live once a couple of years ago, and the support act was the guitarist from Animals as Leaders. Not
Really?
Tosin, the other guy. Yeah, yeah, the other guy. I can't remember his name, but he was.
Huh.
They were both fucking great, dude. And like you as well, I never really got into instrumental, um, like albums until like maybe I was listening to like John Five when I discovered him through Rob Zombie and stuff,
Wow. Well, what I found interesting
and then
is I,
this type of things. But like, I appreciate it.
sorry,
What's that?
you cut out. I thought you were done talking. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Uh, Oh, no, I appreciate it more now than what I did before. Like the whole instrumental like albums, I think they're fucking good. Like just cruisy, dude. You know?
See, I've always loved jazz, but I've never really dove into the whole jazz style. And
Hmm.
I've always enjoyed instrumental, but not an entire album until the last, I want to say 7 years ago or 8 years ago, I started to listen to more instrumental, but not all the time. I loved John Five solo stuff and all of that. I love Frank Zappa's instrumental music, but you introduced me to a whole new style of instrumental, especially with Plini and I found out with the whole Plini music, his style. Polini's released 2 studio albums and 6 EPs.
Yeah, and a couple of singles.
It, if you want to listen to Plini, anybody listening to this podcast, it actually takes a little over an hour to listen to his entire discography.
But you'll get through it. Easy.
His music is not typically that long, but you will love every minute of it.
Yeah. Oh,
I believe
100%.
his artwork also has his album art. I don't know who does his album arts,
Yeah.
but his album arts has a very similar style.
It goes with it too.
Yeah, because you're going on this journey through his music, but like his artwork is like fisheye lens, and it has the artwork inside of it. You know what I'm talking about? Like the circle, and I don't know if it's the same person that does all of his album art.
Yeah.
But Plini, I do highly recommend listening to this album. And I also recommend listening to his first album, Homemade Cities. I was listening to a little bit of that.
It's a great album.
I didn't get all the way through it, but another great album. And you said he just released a new single. He just released 2 singles.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's an album coming out for that. He was nominated for an award in 2018, the National Live Music Awards, but he did not win, which I think he should have.
Yeah.
And like we said, Steve Vai recently called him the future of exceptional guitar.
Yeah, I totally agree. And he's just a really chill dude.
I would love to have him on the show if he's listening.
Yeah, for sure. We'll try and reach out to him or something like that.
I would love to have you on the show, Plini. You are an exceptional guitarist. Probably one of my new favorite guitarists.
It's like him and Polyphia. Like, I have so much respect for those two, for like the instrumental wise. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
I totally agree.
Yeah, like Tim Henson, great guitar player for Polyphia. And Plini as well. But there's so many guitar players out there. But like his style of music, it's just so relaxing. Like instrumental music shouldn't be blast beats and shredding guitars, you know what I mean? It can be, but like his style of music is it's so relaxing. It's just chilled. And that's what I like about it. And then like for anyone that's like a guitar player out there, he's actually got his own signature guitar digital plugin from Neural DSP. So this is his plugins amp thing. For anyone that is a guitar nerd.
Is that Plini's?
Yeah. Yeah.
Neat. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, he's got his own plugins for Neuro DSP. They're pretty good. They're a bit expensive because they pay in euros, and euro dollars are a bit more expensive.
That's cool though. Like that he has that. What do you do? Just download that for your computer and you play it like that, or do you download it to a amp, or how's that?
Download that, yeah, and then well, I'm using. I use like digital amp plugins. I'm using at the moment I'm using STL Tones, and because I'm a fan of Josh Middleton from he did play for Architects, but he's back with his old band now, Silosis, whatever it's called. But I bought his amp pack and it's fucking amazing. But I put it for like my amp, in that it sounds good, but if I have like proper studio monitors, it'll be good. But I don't want to piss off my neighbors.
Don't piss off your neighbors, bro. Because if you get in a feud with your neighbors, Gorak, that could be a bit of.
I won't be here.
See, I had neighbors when I was living out west. We're getting off the topic of Plini, but we always get off topic. Um, our neighbors would always fucking fight.
Yeah.
It pissed me off, and I would take a stick and I'd beat. I'm that guy. I beat the wood. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You got a stick.
Yeah, well, it was like a broom. And
Yeah.
I got pissed off at my neighbors.
Yeah. But yeah, overall it's a great album.
Well,
And he's got his own signature guitar.
let me see it.
That.
Oh, there it is.
By,
Oh, that's neat. How do you tune it?
From the bottom, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, excuse me. So the tuning pegs are on the bottom. I'm not too sure how they restring them. I'm sure that's a pain in the ass to do because it doesn't look that easy to do. But yeah, apparently they actually stay in tune.
So
But,
I'm confused real quick.
Yep.
Plini is going to be playing in Massachusetts in November. He's going to be in the States, but that's the only tour date in the States that he has.
Ah, okay.
I don't understand. He's flying out here just to go to Massachusetts?
Maybe.
But is he playing with somebody? Because I think he's playing with Periphery.
With Polyphia or Periphery?
Periphery. Because Periphery has a show.
Oh, yeah, right. I think that he's been on tour with them a few times.
Because he has a tour date, but yeah, it's with Periphery.
Okay, cool.
It's him and Periphery and Thank You Scientist, Mike Dawes, and Arkshire. So if you live in Massachusetts, go check out that show because that's going to be badass. If I lived there, I'd go.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it's only like 30, it's like 40 or $50 a ticket, depending on what ticket you get. So like
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That's
so
it's a reasonable price.
Go check out Plini though. What would you rank this album?
An 8.5 out of 10.
Bro, I'd give it about a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair. Favorite song?
Oh, I can't tell you a favorite song because Gorak, I'll be honest, when I listened to this album, I was laying on my hammock and I was doing my morning meditation and I'm like, I'll just listen to this album. Normally I don't have any distractions. And I just laid there and I got lost in the music. So I never really got to listen to this album in a way of song by song. And that's kind of my downfall anymore. I don't really listen to albums song by song. So I couldn't really tell you a favorite. But if I recall, I want to say I really did like the last song on the album.
The 9-minute song? Oh, glass. What's it? The glass bread bed game.
The glass bead game.
Bead game. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like half asleep.
You're struggling. The glass bread.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like really tired right now.
You're good, bro.
Impulse Voices is a good song.
It is. It's that title track.
Sounds like a death metal song.
That title track was amazing, bro.
Yeah. Right.
You need sleep, bro. Look at you going.
I'm fucking exhausted, dude.
You look exhausted, and we will let you go soon, Gorak, because you need sleep. Look at you.
I know.
You're over there struggling to stay awake.
Trying. But yeah.
So, Gorak, how do you compare this album? Have you heard his first album? Because I haven't.
I have, yes.
How do you compare this album to the previous? Is there any way that this album could have been better? Is there any way the first album could have been better than this one? Are they the same? How do you rank them?
They're very similar. I find like the first album is a little bit more heavier.
Mhm.
If you listen to it, there's like some really cool like genty parts and some really cool soloing. But I kind of feel like this album was more of that instrumental jazz gent rock style.
Mhm.
But to me, this was kind of like, to me, this is like cafe music, right? If you go to a cafe or something and you're waiting for your coffee or whatever, you have this playing in the background. That's what I feel like it is. If I had a cafe and running a one, I'd be playing this on repeat.
So what would you say the first album was then?
More, first, I wouldn't say, it was more genty, progressive.
So it wasn't like
rock
cafe
metal-ish.
music. It was more so like more metal-ish.
Yeah,
Did it have that jazz feel, or is that something he recently started? Because I haven't heard the first album all the way through.
a little bit.
So
But like this album just feels more like the jazz like style of it, but with a bit of progressive like rock mixed with it. With the last album it was more progressive rock than this.
so they were the same but different.
Yeah, very different. You have to listen to it. But although he did do a single with the bassist from Periphery.
Really?
Shit, what was it? Yeah, what was it called? I think it's Every Piece Matters or Birds and Surfers. It was one of those two.
Bro, we are going to have
But
have
it was fucking
Plini
good.
on the show. We have to have Plini on here. If anyone out there that's a fan of Plini that listens to the podcast, or if anybody out there wants Plini on the show, tell him, message him. He has a Facebook page.
Yeah.
We'd love to have him on the show.
Throw money at him,
Throw money
so
at
like he can come on.
Yeah, throw money at him so he'll come on. I mean,
I'll give him my bank card with nothing in it.
I
It's all
can't
good.
afford it. I just went to the dentist and they hit me with a hefty bill, so I can't afford it. But if you guys want him on the show, throw him money. Cash
Yeah.
App.
Or throw
You know-
yourself at him.
Throw yourself at him. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Like,
But we do to get people on. So there we go.
we do?
I don't know. Do you?
I mean, I've never thrown myself at anybody, but I mean, Greg, if you
Only at
want-
a concert, yeah, I did. But
So, Gorak, that was Plini's album. We both loved it. We both gave it about an 8.5 average. So, guys, go check it out. If you like jazz, if you like metal, if you like rock, go check out Plini's latest album. I got all blurry. But what are we reviewing? Stop it. Hey, stop. I'm over here fighting my webcam. There
that
we go.
hurt, bro.
Sorry, I didn't mean to poke you in the face. What are we doing next week?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about that yet.
We
We could probably do his first album.
We could, or we could spice things up a little bit. Let me see what artists have new albums out right now.
Yeah.
We haven't done an album from this year in a while.
Should do Metallica's new album.
I was thinking something different.
Sad Anger.
No, something that we haven't done yet and maybe haven't listened to yet.
We can have a look on Spotify.
I'm going through albums right now, brother. Something that we
Alright, cool.
both should listen to that we normally wouldn't.
Don't say Doja Cat, whatever fucking.
I'm not saying Doja Cat, even though I would review it.
You
But
reckon if I have a band called Dopey Cat, you reckon she'll let me be the opener act?
Doobie Cat.
Doobie Cat.
I do have two ideas right now off the top of my head. Both albums I have listened to myself.
Go
But-
for it.
Would you like to either? Actually, I got three ideas. Would you like to review Uriah Heep's new album? Would you like to review White Reaper's new album or Smashing Pumpkins' new album?
Oh, Smashing Pumpkins. I didn't even know
They just released a new album in January.
You're right. I'll have to save it on my Spotify thing, and
Check it out. So next week we're going to be doing Smashing Pumpkins' new album.
shit, there's like 2 discs,
Yes, it is.
3 discs.
Oh, it's a 3-disc set.
Yeah, I'll just scroll down. So there's
Jeez.
like,
Okay,
it goes for 2 hours and 18 minutes.
we can't do that album. Not next week. Because I ain't got 3 hours.
You do it in halves.
We can do it in parts, but how about this?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
How
we
about
could do
this?
it like what they're doing with Fast X.
How about this? How about we do? Hold on. I'm sorry, I got to urinate. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Gorak, go on Wikipedia. Can you keep the people busy for a minute? I gotta go pee.
Man,
Just real quick.
can't you get a bottle?
Go ahead.
Oh my god. Anyway, since Mike's going to the little boy's room, yeah, let me just fill you in with more about Plini stuff. And I've actually seen this guy live one time. Can't remember how long ago it was. I think it was like maybe 4 years ago, maybe, and in Sydney. And the opening act was the guitarist from Animals as Leaders. Can't remember his name, but he's the second guitar player from Animals as Leaders. And they were both fucking great. And I think it was the second last song on Plini's set. They brought his band out and they did like a duet together, like a jam session together, and that was pretty fucking cool. But highly recommend to see Plini, listen to Plini, support Australian music, share, tell your friends about this guy, man, because like this guy is a guitar hero, or guitar god, I should say. But yeah. Also listen to his EPs. EPs are really good. And Mike's back from the little boy's room. Whoa, wait.
You keep removing me. I was already in the studio. I just had to be brought back on the screen.
Yeah, I was putting you back on.
But anyway, Greg, thank you for that. I had to go to the bathroom. Anything can happen on Pink's podcast. What were we discussing? Oh yeah, what albums we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and it's not Smashing Pumpkins albums because I didn't even know that they released a three disc album.
They go all that time without music, and then they released that.
Maybe from all that time with no music, that was like the demo tracks and the unreleased songs from 20 years ago, maybe.
You know what we could do, and you probably will be down for this.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in doing I consider him more folk than country, but how would you feel about doing a country album?
Yeah, I'm down for whatever, man.
How about the new Willie Nelson album?
Yeah.
We could do either the new Willie Nelson album, or we can do... Oh, God, Owl City still around?
Who?
Owl City.
Never heard of him.
Owl City is an electronic rock band. Well, just electronic band. They did the song, You Would Not Believe Your Eyes.
LA Guns released a new album.
Which version?
Phil and Tracy's.
I'd be down for that.
Called Black Diamond.
I think I heard about that.
It's actually a pretty good album as well. It's been a while since I last listened to LA Guns, though. But
Pucifer has a new album.
Who?
Pucifer.
Maynard James Keenan's band.
Yeah. Mudhoney has a new album.
Ooh, I've heard of them. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Their new album is Sub Pop album though.
Oh, nice.
That's not the genre, that's the label. Sub
Yeah.
Pop is the ones that did it. I don't know. There's so many albums. Ever listen to 69 Eyes?
Yeah, I love them.
They have a
The
new
new
album.
album's pretty good too.
Okay, Gorak, we gotta pick one. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through. It is hard to keep track on.
We can do the new Jonas Brothers album.
Harry Styles.
Yeah, I have a Harry
Fuck that.
style.
Yeah, got a Harry nothing.
You're like, I got Harry nothing. Everything on me is shaved.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shaved and proper.
Shit, it's so hard.
I don't know. There's so many good albums that we're looking at, bro. We already did the new Avenged Sevenfold. I got this one will be kind of. I kind of want to do this one.
What is it?
I kind of want to do this one, the new Foo Fighters.
Yes, let's do that.
It's the new Foo Fighters album, which is the first one without
Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah, but they don't have a drummer replacement for that album either.
No, I think it was Dave Grohl that did it.
Yep, Dave Grohl played the drums. Let's do the new Foo Fighters album.
Yeah, let's do that.
But Here We Are is the name of it. And then for Pink Sock Monday, we are going to be doing a pre-recorded again. Eventually, we will be live again, Gorak. It's just with life, it's hard. So
yeah.
So that's just where I'm at. But guys, that was Plini. Amazing fucking album. Go check it out. We have yet to do an album that we didn't like. So I think eventually we're gonna find an album that we don't like. We're gonna
Taylor Swift's new album.
Honestly, I don't mind T Swift. I don't. There's not a whole.
Sake.
I'm kind of like Eric Dover, dude. Like, there's not a whole lot of music I don't enjoy, especially the older I get. Taylor Swift.
I just like discovering new bands.
Me too. And I like giving musicians that I used to not like or not give a chance. Like, I used to not like country, and there's some artists that I do enjoy because it's not like check out my truck kind of music.
Yeah.
But the new Taylor Swift album that she's working on might not be bad because she did just go through a breakup.
Yeah. I heard that she's dating an NBA player or something.
Yeah, and she seems to write her best music after a breakup.
She always does.
Yeah, like she's
actually coming to Australia as well.
Really?
Yeah, fucking the bloody website fucking crashed because of that shit.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Her whole fucking site just went.
Yeah, and then there was like a queue to get in to the site to buy pre-sale tickets. You have to wait for like fucking 2 minutes. Which is bullshit because like if there's tickets that you really want, right? And then you're in the queue to wait for fucking 2 minutes or whatever it is, and you go on, and then like half the shit's gone.
I heard about that, and that is fucking.
Did you hear about the Australian Taylor Swift fans had to go at the American Taylor Swift fans?
Why?
I'm not too sure. I think because I might be wrong about it, but I think the American fans wants to come to Australia and see her live or some shit.
Why go all the way to Australia just to see T Swift?
I don't fucking know.
That don't make any sense. Why not just like see her in the States?
Yeah, because people are fucking weird. That's why.
Like that don't make any goddamn sense at all, Greg. I would love to see T Swift though live. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Why not?
Yeah. Didn't she switch genres as well?
Yeah, she switches all the time.
Yeah, she went from country, right? And then she went to country rock a little bit, and then she just went to straight pop.
Really?
Yeah. She was a country singer. Like Demi Lovato, right? She was a pop singer until she went full on blown fucking pop rock because Nita Strauss was in the band or some shit.
Wow. Bro, like I can't wait for the new Taylor Swift death metal album. I'll tell you that much. That's gonna be fucking cool.
I want to see Plini do all the Taylor Swift songs in instrumental, but in jazz gent style.
Bro, that would be fucking killer.
Yeah, I'll fucking listen to that.
I know you would.
Right? Why wouldn't I?
Like that's my shit right there.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
That's
Bow,
my
bow, bow.
that's
You know.
my Plini impersonation.
Yeah. I think I might want to learn some of these songs, eh? I
Bro,
should,
you should. You really should.
fake it.
Fake it?
Yeah.
How would you fake it?
Just like plug it into a backing track like Nikki Sixx does and just not hit a note.
That's awful. But I think that's all we have for you guys. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in.
Did I just say that heaps loud?
Yeah, pretty fucking loud for the people in the back. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the new Plini record as much as we did. And as always, live long, rock hard.
Be nice, motherfucker.